Hello, bronies, it's me, it's Clayton, and I'm back to review Viva Las Pegasus. Now, if you've seen the title, you probably know that this episode takes place in Las Pegasus, which is essentially the My Little Pony equivalent of Las Vegas. So, let's get to the plot of the episode. Applejack and Fluttershy are sent by the map, the cutie map, to head over to Las Pegasus to solve a friendship problem. And Las Pegasus is essentially Las Vegas if it was mixed with Cloudsdale. It's every luxury resort that you could think of in My Little Pony rolled into one, and Applejack and Fluttershy eventually find themselves in a hotel owned by a southern gentleman named Gladmane, who's like if you mixed John Esquaga from Sparks, Nevada with Elvis Presley. He's every southern gentleman hotel owner that you'd expect, and he's pretty entertaining because of that. Anyways, Applejack and Fluttershy have to find a friendship problem inside Las Pegasus, while they also run into Applejack's old rivals, Flim and Flam. Yes, the two con men from Leap of Faith and Super Speedy Cider Squeezy 6000. Wow, that is a mouthful. Telling you any more about the plot would be going into spoiler territory, so the story is best experienced on your own. But the way the story is told is actually pretty well done, as it's more of a mystery storyline as to who's causing the friendship problem, what the ultimate problem is, and how all these ponies need to get together and stop fighting one another. Because, believe it or not, Flim and Flam actually turn against each other at a point in this episode, and it's rather shocking to see two con men who are always on the level with each other just going against each other. Not only that, but there are also some other ponies who end up going against each other who are part of Pony Fantastique, which I'm guessing is the My Little Pony equivalent to Cirque du Soleil. So basically, a trapeze artist, one of the managers, and two flamboyant circus-style brothers are also fighting against one another, and it's up to Fluttershy and Applejack to get them to stop fighting and to figure out who's responsible for them having these friendship problems. The writing is actually pretty spot on with all these new characters. Despite having limited screen time, they are all given excellent performances by their respective actors. Of course, Ashley Ball and Andrea Libman always put on incredible performances as Fluttershy and Applejack. And Samuel Vincent does a great job as Flim and Flam, as he's just as annoying and just as much of a con man that's straight out of the Music Man as you'd expect. The actor who played Gladmane is also a personal favorite of mine. In a similar fashion to Brian Drummond's performance as Filthy Rich, he's every southern gentleman rich man that you'd expect, and because of that, he's gleefully over the top, but he's also friggin' hilarious. The animation continues to impress, as Las Pegasus looks absolutely gorgeous. Seeing all of these casinos, amusement park rides, advertisements, and hotel designs really tells me that a lot of the stuff was based on stuff from the actual Las Vegas, as Gladmane's resort reminds me a lot of the MGM Grand mixed with the Luxor Hotel, the one that looks like a pyramid. And like I said, Pony Fantastique clearly has a lot of inspiration from Cirque du Soleil. So people who've been to Las Vegas will definitely get a kick out of this episode. Not to mention the animations with the facial expressions and the character designs and all the wonderful background gags works out well too. I even saw the Minnesotan ponies from Slice of Life here. So yeah, my eyes were basically dazzled the entire way through, and the story was told very, very well. Heck, even the twist at the end, which again I won't spoil, is handled very cleverly, and it really does show why Applejack and Fluttershy and even Flim and Flam are great characters. And the entire episode is entertaining throughout, as a lot of the conflicts are totally believable. In fact, for example, Applejack's conflict about trying to help Flim and Flam and even helping them out with a friendship problem, and her being hesitant into doing so, totally makes sense considering how the Flim and Flam almost threw her family out of business in their first appearance, and how they tricked Granny Smith into buying a tonic that had no effect in Leap of Faith. Look, if I was conned by a couple of con men, I'd be pretty hesitant to help them out with anything myself. So I totally understand Applejack's opinion. But I also understand Fluttershy's perspective. They need to help out anyone in spite of what they previously did to you for the sake of the greater good. Sorry, just something over there. Anyways, so yeah, this episode was pretty darn amazing throughout. It had great storytelling, great writing, great animation, and tons of new characters that I'm sure will get fan art in the weeks to come. Especially when it comes to Gladmane and the flamboyant Circus Brothers. They sort of reminded me of French Chris Hemsworths. Don't quote me on that. So, Las Pegasus is sort of like a trip to Las Vegas itself. It's a wild, crazy party where you'll find yourself and lose yourself multiple times. But at the end, you'll admit you'll want to go again. So I give Viva Las Pegasus an 8.5 out of 10. See you next time.